Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the first intermediate grade. Our textbook is Super Goal 2 and today we will cover what can you do there, listening and pronunciation. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Al-Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Agil. So let's begin. Our objectives in today's lesson, we hope that at the end of this lesson, you will be able to, number one, listen for specific information, and number two, practice can and can't in statements. Before we do this, let's make a quick revision on our last lesson. Last lesson, we had a grammar rule where we talked about the model can. And we said that we use can just to express ability and possibility, to say or to talk about the things that we are able to do. For example, if ability, I can speak English. I can speak English. This is an example of the things that I am able to do. And the other one, but I can speak Chinese. This is also an example of the things that I cannot do. I'm not able to speak Chinese. And the other part or the other purpose of using can, which is expressing possibilities. Possibilities like you can play golf at the resort. You can play golf. It means it is possible, it is allowed to play golf at the resort. And the other one, I cannot play football or I can play football today. I am studying for a test. Here we're not talking about ability. We're not saying that you cannot or you're not able to play football. Here we're saying that right now it is not possible. It is not allowed to play football because you are studying for a test. And usually when we are using can't in a sentence, we usually are giving reason. Like this one, for example. So here we have two examples of how can we use can to express ability, and also how can we express can to express the possibility. And we said also that in a sentence or any regular sentence, we use can as it is with all the subjects, and no matter what the subject is. We don't have to make any changes. Like what can we see here? So no matter what the subject we are using, we don't make any changes to the model can or the verb that comes after it. I can speak English, he can speak English, we can speak English, so we can use it no matter what the subject is. And we don't have to make any changes. Also with negative sentences, we only add the word not with can, and no matter what the subject is, we continue to use it as it is. I can't rollerblade, he can't rollerblade, we can't rollerblade. So number one thing to learn about can or using can, or how can we form can in a question, is that we don't make any changes, whether in sentences or even in questions. Even with questions, we don't make any changes, no matter what the subject pronoun is. As what we can see here, can I read, can he read, can we read? So no matter what the subject is, we use can as it is. Even with whether we answer yes or we answer with no, we don't make any changes no matter what the subject pronoun is. Also we said, or the other part of our grammar rule in last lesson, we talked about the verb plus infinitive. And we said that, what do you mean by infinitive? It is a verb, to plus a verb. And we said that we use like plus infinitive to talk or to express the things that we like. For example, I like to travel. I like to speak English. I like to play football. So to express the things that you like, you should use verb plus infinitive. And here we said there is something different from the infinitive than the model can, which is it differ what is the kind of subject you are using. For example, if you are using I, you, we, or they, here you don't have to make any changes to the verb. You use the verb and the infinitive right away. But if you are using he or she, in this case you need to add s to the verb likes, and then to add the infinitive. As we can see here, he or she likes to read. The same goes for the negative. As we have learned before, that when we're using the simple present, when we want to use a sentence in a simple present, we use do and does in making negative statements and also in making questions. For example, I don't like to read. He does not like to read. So here, he and she, we use with the does in negative sentences, and we use with these pronouns the word do not in negative sentences. And about the questions, as we said with the simple present, the same goes here with the verb plus infinitive. We said that we use do for those pronouns and we use does for those pronouns when we are making questions. Also, the other thing we did in our last lesson is that we answered this interesting exercise about completing the sentences with can or can't and the verb in parentheses. And we have answered the first one. We also introduced the other exercise, which is a very interesting one, when I told you that to meet a family member or maybe a classmate or a friend and ask him this question and try to fill down this chart. We said that make question like this one. Can you drive? If he says yes, then write his name here and put a tick mark on can. If he says no, I can't, then again write his name here and put a tick mark on can't. And we have introduced several activities like drive, play basketball, cook, ride a motorcycle, use a laptop, swim, rollerblade. We said this activity, interview people, ask them if they can do any of these activities, write their name and also put a tick mark if they can and if they cannot. So as for our lesson for today, I would like you now to open your books on page 29. I would like you to open your books on page 29. On page 29, we do have a listening exercise. This exercise says that we're going to listen to the ad for the new town mall and we're going to write yes and no to answer them. So here, as you can see, here we have 5 sentences or 5 statements about a new ad, a new advertisement about a new mall. What do we need to do now before we listen is that we're going to read those sentences or those statements before we listen, just to have an idea to what are we exactly or what are the things that we are looking for when we are listening. So the first one says here, the mall is located near the hospital. The mall is located. Located from the word location. It means the place of the mall is next to or near the hospital. We still don't know whether this is, we should answer this with yes or no. We need to listen. Number 2, you can shop and meet your friends. You can shop and meet your friends. Here we need to listen to know or to answer this statement. Number 3, you can go mountain climbing. You can go mountain climbing. It means that this activity can be done when we listen to the ad about the new town mall. We still don't know yet. Number 4, you can't rollerblade. You can't rollerblade. It means that you cannot use those ice skating shoes. And number 5, the Falcons is the name of a computer store. The Falcons, and this is the name, it says here that it is the name of a computer store. So those are the statements that we need to find out the answer, whether if they are true statements or false statements, and also we need to write down what is the correct answer if there is any false statements. So now we're going to listen to the text and we're going to listen, as we always do, we're going to listen to the text twice. The first time we're going to listen only for listening. We don't have to do anything, we just listen. And for the second time we listen and we'll try to focus on some of the information that are mentioned in this exercise. So let's begin on page 29.
Come to the Newtown Mall. Be one of the first visitors to enter and get an amazing welcome gift. It's near the hotel and there is free parking. So park your car, put your rollerblades in a locker at the entrance, and step right in. You can shop and meet your friends. You can just sit and relax at the Falcons, our rooftop cafe, or walk around and admire the wonderful new stores. Shopping can be a real pleasure here. You will find all the books and magazines you ever wanted in our new fully computerized bookstore. And of course, there is a fully equipped, state-of-the-art gym with an indoor pool. If all this makes you hungry, try one of our fabulous restaurants. You can do all this and much more. Visit our website at www.newtownmall.com.
Very well. Now we have end our listening for the first time. Now we're going to listen for the second time. And this time you'll try to focus on the information. I know that there are a lot of information mentioned about the small, but try to link or listen to the information that are related to the statements that we just read. So now we'll listen again, and as I said, listen for the information that relates to the statements that we have just read and explained, just to answer them when we finish.
Come to the Newtown Mall. Be one of the first visitors to enter and get an amazing welcome gift. It's near the hotel and there is free parking. So park your car, put your rollerblades in a locker at the entrance, and step right in. You can shop and meet your friends. You can just sit and relax at the Falcons, our rooftop cafe, or walk around and admire the wonderful new stores. Shopping can be a real pleasure here. You will find all the books and magazines you ever wanted in our new fully computerized bookstore. And of course, there is a fully equipped, state-of-the-art gym with an indoor pool. If all this makes you hungry, try one of our fabulous restaurants. You can do all this and much more. Visit our website at www.newtownmall.com.
Very well. And now we have listened to the text, and inside this text they said a lot of activities that we can do in a mall. They say, for example, we can buy different things, we can walk, we can work out, we can eat at different restaurants. So there are a lot of activities that were mentioned in this text. Also, I have elicited some of the expressions or the important words that we need to highlight before we begin answering. The first one is a welcome gift. A welcome gift is a symbolic gift that usually is giving with that is related to a celebration or a ceremony, or even an opening ceremony. For example, when there is an opening for a new hotel or a new store or even a new mall, as we just listened to, so there will be a symbolic gift. People call it welcome gift, and it's usually given for visitors who are coming for the first time. And the second one, free parking. Here it means that you can park your car and you don't have to pay anything. This mall offers a free parking for all the visitors. And also, rooftop cafe. Rooftop cafe, it means that there is a rooftop cafe at the roof of this mall. So there is a cafe at the roof of this mall. So they call it a rooftop cafe. And next here we have a state-of-the-art gym. State-of-the-art gym. It means that they have a gym with the latest developments or the latest machines and tools. It means that it's very, very new. This is why they are using the expression state of the art. It means that it's very recent, very modern, very new, and it has all the equipments or the latest equipments that people usually use when they go to the gym. Next we have, or the last one, indoor pool. Indoor pool. It means that means that they have a swimming pool indoor, inside the mall. So this is what do you mean by indoor? It means inside the mall and not outside. So these are a couple of expressions that I would like to highlight just to understand or try to help to understand some of the statement we have just listened to. And now let's begin to answer this exercise. So the first one, as we said, the mall is located near the hospital. The mall is located near the hospital. So what do you think? Based on your listening, did the speaker say that the mall is located near the hospital? Very good. The answer is no. So do you remember what is near the mall? Excellent. Yes, it's not near the hospital. It is near the hotel. Near the hotel and not near the hospital. The second one, you can shop and meet your friends. You can shop and meet your friends. So did the speaker say that one of the activities that you can do when you go to a mall is to shop and meet your friends? Did the speaker say this? Very good. Yes, he said. So here we're going to write yes on the second statement. So the first one is no, and the second one is yes. Now let's move on to the third statement. Number 3, you can go mountain climbing. You can go mountain climbing. So did the speaker say that one of the activities that you can do when you go to the mall is that you can go mountain climbing? Did he say this? Very good. The answer is no. So what exactly did he say? What kind of activity that the speaker said visitor or people who are going to visit can do? Very good. Yes, he said a lot of activities. Also, one of those activities, he said, you can just sit and relax. So the speaker said a lot of activities. Mountain climbing is not one of them. But actually one of them is that you can just sit and relax and eat at different restaurants. Number 4, you can't rollerblade. You can't rollerblade. So again, did the speaker said that one of the activities that you cannot do is to rollerblade? Did he say this? Very good. The answer is yes. He said that. He said you can rollerblade. Now the fifth one, the Falcons is the name of a computer store. The Falcons is a name, but exactly a name of what? What store exactly? It's the name of a computer store. What do you think? Did the speaker say that the name of the computer store is the Falcons? Did he say this? Very good. The answer is no. So the Falcons, the name of what store exactly? Excellent. The Falcon is the name of the Roob or the Rooftop Cafe. It's the name of the Rooftop Cafe. So here we have the answers, all the answers of our exercise. Number 1, the mall is located near the hospital. We said no, it is located near the hotel. And number 2, you can shop and meet your friends. The answer is yes. The speaker did say this. And number 3, you can go mountain climbing. No, there are a lot of activities to do in the mall. Mountain climbing is not one of them. And number 4, you can't rollerblade. The answer is yes, you cannot. You can't rollerblade in the mall. And the fifth one, the Falcons is the name of a computer store, and the answer is no. The Falcon, they have a computer store, but the Falcon is not its name. The Falcon is the name of the Rooftop Cafe. And now we'll move to the other part, which is pronunciation. Here we're going to listen to the pronunciation of can and can't, and then we'll practice. You see that in this lesson and also in the previous lesson, we have used can a lot. Whether we are using it in affirmative sentences or a sentence in general, whether they are affirmative or negative, or even we are using it in questions. So there is a simple difference when we are pronouncing can in questions and also when we pronounce them in sentences. So I'm going to speak now and tell you the difference, and you try to repeat with me. The first one, can you ride a bike? Can you ride a bike? So here we pronounce can as can. Can you ride the bike? And the other one, I can ride the bike. I can ride the bike, but I can't rollerblade. I can ride the bike, but I can't rollerblade. So the difference is that with can, we extend it a little bit. Can you? And with sentence, this is with the question, but with sentence we said, I can, in this way. So I'm going to say it again, and you pronounce it with me, or repeat with me. Can you ride a bike? I can ride a bike, but I can't rollerblade. So now we have on our workbook pages 102 and 103. You need to check those pages just to practice with the grammar of this unit. To more practice, it means more understanding of how can we use can and the infinitives. And now we have reached the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.